What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today we're going to do a response to an email. Hey, bro. We're going to do a response to an email from William. And William sent me an email asking me, well, first of all, he said that on my Facebook post about BCAAs, where I said that you should wait for fat loss, you should wait 30 to 60 minutes post-workout to have your post-workout meal, not right away like most people think. It was interesting to him because it's the opposite of what everybody says. Everybody says, you know, bro-wise, you have that window of opportunity, and when that passes, then your body's not going to fucking recover, and you're not going to make any gains. Well, you know, regardless of whether, you know, or not that's true, bottom line is for fat loss, I recommend waiting. And that's where people, you know, they've busted my balls before about flexible dieting when I do flexible dieting. They've busted my ass before about fasting, which I use fasting. Like, I use all these different techniques incorporated into what do I do to get results the fastest, not just one. Now, the question that William had was, do I recommend a certain amount of time eating before a workout? Okay, now here's the situation. As you start to work out, a lot of things are going to change hormonally in your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. So even if you ate right before, an hour before, 3 hours before, the same hormonal thing is going to happen when you're training. Now, at the same time, your body's going to look for glucose, it's going to look for oxygen, it's going to look for all these different things that it needs to produce energy, okay? So now, no matter what you do, that's going to happen too, okay? So now, it's not a matter of like recovering and what would help recover. Now it's a matter of what would help you get through the workout best. Now, for me personally, and there is no science behind this whatsoever, this is through trial and error that I have found, if I have a couple of meals, like 2 or 3 meals in before I go to the gym, I have a tendency to feel stronger, feel better, and get the job done better as opposed to not eating. So I have a couple of meals before I go to the gym, and the last meal that I eat before the gym, whether it's the second or the third meal based on how hungry I am, I wait an hour before the gym. I time it for that hour not because the carbohydrates and fats and proteins will be assimilated the right amount. I time it because that's about the perfect amount of time that I can have very little in my stomach and train and not feel full and be burping shit up during my training and stuff. And at the same time, when I take my pre-workout, which is, you know, usually has some kind of caffeine-stimulated, caffeine-based stimulant in it, if you have food in your stomach, it doesn't hit you as hard. Okay, if that pre-workout doesn't hit you as hard, then, hey, bro, if that pre-workout doesn't hit you as hard, then you're not going to push as hard through the workout. So the idea is, you know, schedule that meal to me because you got your pre-workout nutrients that are inside there. So what I'll take is, like, for instance, right now I'm using the I'm So Alpha pre-workout, and with the pre-workout, what I'll do is I'll throw a scoop of the I'm So Alpha greens in there, which is like a vitamin mineral mix, and it got a bunch of different stuff and antioxidants in it, and as well as 2 scoops of BioGrow. Stir that up, and I slam that down about 40 minutes before my workout. Now, what about 30 minutes, 30, 35? I can go as 20 minutes before to still hit me. As long as that food that I ate an hour before is out of my stomach, that concoction will hit me pretty quick, okay? And when it does, I'm good to go. Now, you know, post-workout, again, a lot of different things happen. Now, that's depending on fat loss, muscle gain, weight gain in general. If you're somebody who's very, very skinny and needs to gain the fat, I mean, all that stuff, it depends, you know, and it's very individual for the person and their goals. And some people are going to have to fast more. Some people are going to have to eat carbs more. Some people are going to have to eat right after their workout. Some people are going to have to wait to eat after their workout. You know, some people are going to have to get up in the morning and do cardio. Some people are not going to have to get up in the morning and do cardio. It just depends on the person, the goal, their genetics. A lot of things come into play. But, you know, I don't think there's any specific time frame. Well, I guess, you know, it depends on what you were eating too. If you were having something that digested very slowly, like oatmeal or, you know, maybe a sweet potato or something like that, and you had fat added to the meal and it's digesting slowly, I guess eating it 20 minutes before your workout, it's not going to be fully digested. It's still going to be in your stomach. So I'd probably not eat too close to workout. But then again, if you're using something like glycofusion from Gaspari and you take a shake 20 minutes before your workout, it's going to be assimilated in your body and working. So, you know, again, it depends on what foods you use, whether you're using a supplement, whether you're using actual whole foods, you know, even if, you know, depending on what you mix it in. If you mix a protein shake in milk, it's going to sit in your stomach longer than if you mix your protein shake in water. You know, let's say that was your pre-workout meal. How would you time that? Well, the pre-workout, if I was doing a protein shake, I would take that 10, 15 minutes before. I'm still going to be good to go. If I was mixing it in milk and drank it 10, 15 minutes before, I'd be bloated as hell and burping it up and throwing it up. So, again, it all depends. You have to find what works for you. But if you're doing something right now that you're not comfortable with, or it's not producing the results that you want, you have to change it. But if it's working for you and you're doing what you're doing already and it doesn't, you're saying, well, this is great results and I don't need to change it at all, Don't change it just for the sake of changing it. Biowestertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biowestertraining.com is a blog, and where this is the don't change it unless you have to bicep. And you know what? It doesn't really matter. Some people will be able to eat before, some people won't, and we're out.